I don't want to turn on my light because it's blinding. Should I turn it on? I look really red. Do I look really red without it? I look white, and I don't want to be white. Just kidding. We'll leave it on for now. We'll leave it on for now. Welcome back to more shiny hunting. I'm gonna put this fully over my ears. I can hear myself. I'm gonna get out the other game. So currently, I'm quad hunting. Excuse me. I'm hunting on these two games, as you can clearly tell. I'm also shiny hunting in a different game. I'm shiny hunting in two other games. So hopefully I'm not like crazy, because what I'm doing is I'm hunting in... That's fine. I'm doing, obviously, hunting for shiny Shaymin. And then I'm hunting for what is it? Shiny Sprigatito. Shiny Sprigatito. Yeah, I'm hunting grass types right now. What the heck? I'm hunting 2 grass types and 2 fire types. Hunting these 2 grass types. And then I'm doing Ultra Sun. And I'm hunting female Salazzle female Salandit or Salazzle, which can only be female. And then in Pokemon Black, I'm hunting for Darmanitan. And I think I'm cooking here. I think I have it down to kind of a science. So we will see, especially if chat comes in here and I'm like trying to read chat. I might slow down a little bit, but hopefully I'm cooking just like I was a little while ago, which is nice. Most of these can play themselves, which is kind of lit, I think. I figured out that I'm hunting shiny Salazzle wrong, so that's fun. But that's okay. It's okie dokie, I think. It'd be really nice if I got a shiny, but all of my hunts are early, to be honest. Well, shiny Sprigatito, I wouldn't be shocked if it shined. Actually, I should get a shiny Salandit today, but I don't know if it's going to be the one because, you know, it's a harder hunt. So that is pretty nice. I can't even hear the music that's playing in on the chat. Oh, man, there's so many things going on, and it's so funny because I'm playing 4 games at once. You can only see 2, but I'm playing 4. I promise you I'm playing 4. I can show it here. This is my setup, right? So I have, let's see. This is Pokemon Black. There's a controller here that you probably can't see. This is controlling BDSP. This is doing shiny SOS hunts, and then this is controlling Sprigatito. So I'm doing 4, which is incredibly difficult. And then I have 2 pairs of headphones on. I have these headphones, as well as I have my regular headphones. I have 2 audios playing through. So I have the audio of my own phone songs playing on my playlist, and then I also have the Glitch City remixes playing in my headphones. So there's a lot happening right now, which is kind of nice. I don't know. It's nice and it's not. I think that I would shut something off if I had like a ton of chatters. At first, I didn't want to stream this because I want to be playing 4 of these games at once because it's kind of nice, to be honest. It's kind of nice to stream with this much going on, but also, like, I get so distracted and I have to talk. So, like, I'm normally doing this anyway. At my computer. I would normally just be sitting here shiny hunting at my computer casually and not streaming. But having to talk and having chat is a whole nother experience, which is interesting. So, because normally, instead of having, like, just random music in my headphones, normally I have a video on one of my other monitors, but I obviously can't watch a video when I'm streaming because you guys would be able to hear the video. And I just wouldn't talk. I would just be, responding to the video that you guys couldn't see anyway because, copyright and stuff like that. So, yeah, it'd be kind of weird. So, that's what I'm working with. I also have counters up here as well. My shiny Shaymin, this is my 1950th encounter. So so almost 2,000 encounters. I will probably get to 2,000 encounters today. I'll definitely get to 2,000 encounters today. I don't know if I'll get it on stream. Because that's just how it be, to be honest. I must have popped my fingers right before this, or maybe I popped them on stream. But now I can't pop my fingers. I was gonna pop them, and now they just don't. They just don't pop. You're the people who could just be like and just pop all their fingers. Those people are insane. Those people are crazy. I cannot do that. I'm not that guy. This is like moderately sticky, right? Oh, this is plastic. Ah! Okay. Uh-oh. My cat heard me playing with plastic. And now she's gonna come over here. I have been needing to make a bunch of important phone calls recently, and I haven't been. But today I did make all those important phone calls, which is kind of nice. I need to get my cat spayed. So, yeah, I need to get her spayed. So I made the call to the vet today. I was like, oh, I need to get her spayed. All this stuff, and I felt bad about not doing that earlier. But, obviously nobody's like getting on me to be like, yeah, So I made that phone call. It's not a hard phone call to make. It just, I didn't know what I needed to get information-wise and things like that. I'm not a phone calls guy, to be honest. So yeah. I don't like to do phone calls. How do I... poll? Did you like the... Whoops. Like stream. I like making polls with start poll. Yeah. I like making helpful polls that help me out. Because helpful polls are always helpful. Let's see. There's a couple of shiny hunts that I want to do. I feel like one of these shiny hunts is coming to a conclusion. I don't know which one it is. I don't know what shiny I'm going to get. One of these hunts is going to come to a conclusion. I hope it's not Sprigatito, but that's the closest one we have to odds. So, yeah, I mean, you know. I hope it's one of the other ones, because I have a lot of hunts that I need to do. Like, one of the hunts I want to do is, I want to go back to Gen 6 because I want to play through Gen 6 with only shiny Pokemon. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It is and it isn't a lot of fun. Every time I do it, it's like, kind of meh, but I like shiny Pokemon, you know? Gen 9 has made it so easy to get shiny Pokemon, it makes me want to go for the harder shiny Pokemon more. Because, like, everybody has a shiny Pokemon, you know? Which is nice, because it's getting everybody into shiny Pokemon, but it's also, you know, most shiny Pokemon I could get in 15 minutes, you know? Like, it's not that special anymore, which makes me want to hunt some harder stuff. So, or do themes. I like doing themes with my shiny hunts. That's also a lot of fun. So, things like, I shiny hunted all of the dogs in, Scarlet and Violet. So I'm all the dogs. Now I'm getting all the cats, which is kind of fun because I have cats and I like cats. So that's pretty cool. Cool cats. So that's why I'm starting with Sprigatito, because obviously it's the first cat in the Pokedex. And then, what else was I hunting? I hunted all of the, recently, this one was a lot of fun, actually. I shiny hunted all of the, like, Pikachu clones. So I have both Raichus, I have Pikachu, I have Pichu. I got +1 Minun, Gen 4, I got Pachirisu, obviously, BDSP. Emolga was the hardest one to get. I don't know why. It just didn't hatch out of the egg. I got, Gen 6 is Dedenne. I got Dedenne recently. Gen 7, Togedemaru. I went back and hunted that one, and that one was not hard. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I got all the Pikachu clones. I got Togedemaru was easy. Morpeko was harder. Or actually, Morpeko was easy. Morpeko I literally just did in Dynamax Adventures, and I've had a Morpeko forever. The harder one was, for no reason, was Gen 9 Rat. Pomo was hard for no reason. So, I don't know. That was a lot of fun, because those were different games. Like, I had to get a bunch of different games to be able to get those. So that was kind of interesting. Because a lot of those were in Gen 8 and not Gen 9. So, yeah. So it's kind of cool to do those type of hunts. So, I enjoy it a lot. One thing that my mom's a therapist. If everybody doesn't know. My mom was a therapist, and she was telling me she was doing these like, color by number things. And she was like, at the end of the day, it's really, really relaxing for me to just come in, color by number, do something super easy, something that I like use my brain very little, but I can kind of do mindlessly, you know, just easily do it. And I was like, oh my god, that's what I do with shiny hunting. I come home, I relax, I monotonously go through these hunts, and it's fun, and I enjoy it. It's kind of nice, to be honest. And my mom was like, this is very, very valuable in my time. And I was like, I get it. I understand. Anytime I talk to my mom, I feel smarter. Because my mom is the smartest person I know. By a long shot. Like, it ain't even close. It's kind of epic, if you know what I'm saying. You should come around now. Okay. That came out of nowhere. I breathed and burp happened, so. Oh, man. I don't know, man. One of these shiny hunts is gonna come to an end, whether I like it or not. So my Ultra Sun and Moon shiny hunting, Salazzle, Salandit, whatever it is. Yeah, shiny hunting that. I realized that I was hunting it wrong. So I had this thought process of like, oh my goodness, if I use Executor, so I'm using Executor to hunt it. I've been using Executor to hunt things because you can trick a Lepaberry onto it, and Lepaberry ups your PP once your PP runs out. And then I've been giving skill swapping Harvest onto those Pokemon. And so, yeah. I've been skill swapping Harvest on those Pokemon, which is kind of nice. And then I was like, okay, well, Salazzle gets Smog and Ember and Dragon Rage. Well, Smog and Ember can both have secondary effects, which would whittle me down, right? So I was like, okay, well, Poison and Burn are kind of annoying to deal with, so what I'm going to do is find a Pokemon that can't get poisoned or burned. And I was like, okay, well, what can't get poisoned and burned? Well, that's easy. Poison types can't get poisoned, and fire types can't get burned. So I was like, perfect. Salazzle. I'll use the Salazzle to destroy the Salazzle. And I thought that would be great. But Salazzle has really low HP, and Dragon Rage takes 40 every time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's not going to work. Not use the Salazzle to destroy the Salazzle. And then I realized Steel types also don't get poisoned. And Steel types can't even get hit by Poison type moves. And if a Pokemon has Flash Fire, they can't even be hit by Fire type moves. So then I thought about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, Heatran is perfect. And then I was like, bro, how am I getting a Heatran? Like, realistically. So, and then I was like, I still get hit by Dragon Rage. And then I thought about it, I was like, wow, what if I had a Pokemon that was immune to Dragon being a fairy type, and couldn't be hit by poison or fire. And I was like, that's not possible. So I looked at all the fairy types. I think I'd find like a fairy steel type with flash fire, something ridiculous, but I didn't. Instead, I found Clefairy, which has Magic Guard, which means it can be burned, it can be poisoned, but it can't take the effects. Then I was like, it's also a fairy type, so it can't be hit by Dragon Rage. So I thought it was perfect, right? I thought I was a genius. Well, I kept running out of PP because I didn't have Harvest Lepaberry. And I ran out of PP on all of my moves. Okay, that worked for 40 turns. Great. So then I thought about it, and I was like, well, I think I did this wrong, because when I went out into my Harvest Lepaberry Executor, I was obviously getting burned, but it wasn't like, I'm not taking a lot of damage by burn, and if I Giga Drain, I heal all of that HP up. Well, the problem is SOS chaining, they don't call every time. It's most of the time, but it's not every time. So I end up losing HP steadily. And I realized that if I wasn't losing HP, and that if I had a HP restoring move, I would be able to do this infinitely, because the turns that there would be no Salandit, I could just press the HP restoring move. I don't have synthesis on my Executor. So I'm kind of waiting for me to run out of healing items, because Executor can't insta-heal forever, or it's probably going to take a couple hours for me to run out of healing items, because I'm mostly healing with Giga Drain. I'm actually healing more than I'm not with Giga Drain, healing more than I'm taking every turn, but the turns that I'm not Giga Draining are the turns that I'm losing. So it's a very slow losing HP process, but yeah, eventually I'm going to go back to a move relearner, learn synthesis, and then go through this process again if I don't get the shiny within a couple hours. So, yeah. It's kind of complicated. But if it were a double battle, I'd be fine, because I would have, heal pulse. Actually, that wouldn't work either. I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'm glad it's not a double battle. So I should be, I haven't had a shiny Salandit in a while, so I should be getting one very soon. The odds are that it's about 50-50 that it's a female. I know the odds aren't 50-50, but I've gotten 4 shiny male Salandits, and I think it's a 15% chance to get a female. So that's about even, right? If you were to say 4 to 1 odds, that'd be 20%. Yeah, 20%, 4 to 1 odds. So. Also, this DS, for some reason, just sometimes doesn't like to exist. Sometimes I just have to randomly reset it. back online, I mean my DS is back online. Super potions are what, 60? I don't think super potions are worth it. All I have is 4 stores, so we're gonna be going until I get poisoned or hey, ow. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, she's really little. She's not very big. She looks little. I don't think she's really that little. Yeah, she might be full grown. She always likes to get my attention while I'm talking. She'll never come up here when I'm just sitting here. But it's always when I'm talking she'll come up here. I think she knows I'm going to give her attention. Oh, she heard the other cat. She's going to play. And honestly, that's what I would do if I was a cat. I'd be playing all day. Especially if I had a sibling like she does. Bro. Whoops, I almost tried to catch this thing. I don't want to catch this thing. I'm probably only going to stream for about an hour. Because... probably not only stream for an hour because... I'll have to pick up my boyfriend for lunch, and hopefully we get to go to the soup place. Oh, I love the soup place. I'm addicted to the soup place. I'm so glad. This sounds really dumb. So there's a soup place by my house. It's like really, really close. And I wanted to take my boyfriend to like every restaurant once that's like local. Well, not even local, just every restaurant around here once. And we went there, and now I'm like, I'm hooked. Like, I want it every day. I love that place. It used to be on the other side of town, but now it's not. And boy, am I glad it's not. And I keep wanting to go back, and I want to go back, and it's so good. They always have a different soup of the day, and man, I cannot get enough of it. I got a salad one time. Their salads were pretty good. Maybe not like my favorite, but man, their salads were good. Like, it wasn't god tier salad, it was still good. Like, if they had a soup that I wouldn't particularly like, boom, salad, no problem, you know? But I love trying all the new salads, especially if it's something I don't know. Because I tried one the other day, and it said on it, it was like, Vietnamese something something salad, or something something soup. And I was like, I've never heard of this. I don't know what it is. But it was good. It was fire. It was very salty. But it was very good. But I ended up trying a new sandwich that time. And the new sandwich that I got was really, really salty. So I had a really salty soup and a really salty salad, or a really salty soup and a really salty sandwich, and I was like, man, it just, if I had anything else, it would be absolutely fire, but I didn't just have anything else. I'm almost out of eggs. Not in my fridge, but in my game. I'm almost out of... Malik, how are you doing? What is poppin'? Malik, do you know anything about computers? because I don't know anything about computers. I try sometimes. Not very good. Yeah. I need to find. Okay, so I always find people. If ever I have a problem, I always find somebody that's obsessed with fixing that problem. Like, it always happens. Sometimes I do it intentionally. Sometimes I just think about it in the back of my mind. Because I know that there's people who, like, research the best budget PCs for this thing. And, like, I want to buy my boyfriend a, like, not super expensive PC. By not super expensive. Oh, I'm not doing very good? No! But you do know about PCs, and that's why you're here. No. Oh. That's actually you're not doing very good. I have two tangents that I want to go on. First one is, there are a lot of people who just, like, think about budget PCs, and, like, they'll be like, oh my god, this PC is the best for this budget, and the best for this budget, and they'll, like, that's what they'll do for their entire, it's like the autism. They just go on forever. And I need to find one of those people, and I know they're around, and I just don't know who they are or where they're at. But, yeah. Secondly, I got a Snapchat from somebody who I... Oh no. Your dog was sick? I hope it's still your dog. Sorry. That's terrible, and I hope that... God, the terrible worst person ever. I made, like, a mental note the other day that I would, like, respond to this person, and I would ask them how they're doing, and I'd try to catch up with them. And then immediately after that, I didn't message them, but immediately after that, they put in their, like, in their server, they're like, oh, I'm going through a rough patch and all this stuff, and I was like, dang it, I should have messaged. And then I just messaged. He had parvo. I don't know what that is. I actually am not an expert, contrary to popular belief. I'm just a man. Sometimes I lose my way. I can't sing. I'm obsessed. Basically, a deadly disease. I don't know. I know until it's too late. Oof. Yeah. I lost a dog to cancer like that. And we didn't... He literally showed no signs. He was like such a trooper. And we never knew until, like, after he was dead. The doctor... So we took him... What happened was we took him to... we were going on vacation, and we took him to the vet to, like, board him so, like, they could take care of him and make sure that he ate and everything like that. And he was only 10, and he was a Jack Russell, so he looked young. He didn't have any, like, anything. Yeah. And we took him there, and then, like, we got a call from the vet that was like, hey, your dog is not doing well. Like, we don't know what's wrong. You know, like, this dog is not doing well. And then we got back, and he died there. And the doctor was like, dude, you gave him to us healthy, and then he died in our care. Like, so the doctor, like, cut him open and, you know, like, figured out that he had cancer in his liver? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was so long ago, to be honest. Yeah, they don't... I don't know. Dogs just don't. Like, they just don't... You don't know. I feel like you don't know. But also, I was a kid, and, like, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't show real well. But I feel like cats will always tell you when something's wrong, in one way or another. So do kids. I feel like kids do. But maybe it's just because I'm not around kids. I think they are. I had to bury him because he passed. on my floor. That's brutal. I couldn't do it. I'd call somebody else and be like, hey, can you take this hole? My dog died. I'll pay you because I ain't taking this hole. Imagine how terrible it is. Like, it's a big dog, and you have to dig like a gigantic hole. I want a shiny. Boom! No, it's not that. It's brutal for a few days, dude. Losing an animal. I mean, dude, it's... I didn't cry when my grandparents died. I'm not very close to my grandparents. My grandparents live hours away. We'd only see them maybe once for Christmas. Like, that's how it was. I didn't cry when my parents or my grandparents died. But, dude, my dog, inconsolable for days, maybe even a week. It was bad. Yeah. And then I had to go to school. Ugh. I better now. I'm thinking about getting a ferret or a hedgehog. I don't know anything about either one. But my mom would tell you that we're not allowed to get a ferret because ferrets stink. And I don't know if that's true or not. I genuinely no idea. I know that one of my friends got a ferret, but they didn't take very good care of it. So, hey, no, stop stealing. Stop stealing. Why are you stealing? Why is it stealing? Now it's gone. You can't see it anymore. The void. People say they are, but everyone on TikTok saying they don't. Yeah, I think it's just how much you put into them, I feel like, you know? Like, I think if you really do a lot of, like, cage changes and things like that, they're not bad. Yeah, I love hedgehogs. Oh my goodness. And they're so unique. Like, ferrets are a little unique. Hedgehogs are really unique. Are you content right here? I thought you know. She purrs so loud. You're not coming up here too, are you? People with cats are so nice. Like, people who have cats are nice to me because I have cats. Maybe? Yeah, I think those are the right words. Anybody who has cats, if they have something their cat can't use, they will always give it away to somebody who has cats to see if they can use it. Anytime. Like, I've gotten so many things because people, their cats don't use it. And then my cats use it. So, yeah. I originally wanted a dog. I wanted a dog. Full transparency, I wanted a dog. But why is it okay for cats to be stray but not dogs? I don't know if this is pro dogs or anti cats. I think it's because I don't think it's okay for either of them to be strays. I think we should, try to put a roof over any animal But why I think society views it differently is because dogs are usually bigger than cats and could theoretically do more damage. I think that's why people get mad at stray dogs and not so much stray cats, is because stray dogs can affect your property and stray cats really don't. But I mean, that's where I got Lucy, was in the I feel bad when I hear stray cats crying at night. my I'm a terrible human being. But my first thought was like, why aren't you helping the stray cats if you can hear them crying? Like, but then I was like, oh, well, like, not a lot of people have the ability, right? Like, especially if you're under not a house that you're paying for or anything like that. Like, I understand how it can be. Like, dude, if I heard a cat crying at night, I think I would just go get it. I already have two, but like, I don't know. I would try to help. I'm also not one of those people who's like, haha, you're so privileged, so you should do everything I say, to my cats. Because, like, bro, they're cats. They know where they should be and shouldn't be, even though they like the camera. They're so cute. I used to help them, but they started to bring their friends. And one time I came to my house and wouldn't leave. Aw. Yeah. I don't know, man. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex, so like, the odds that I'm helping cats anytime soon is not. I always wanted a black cat because I know that a lot of people don't want them and a lot of bad things happen to black cats, so I wanted to get a black cat. But the opportunity came that I could save a gray cat, and obviously I'm not going to be like, haha, I'm not saving you because you're not a black cat, so I got the gray cat, and then lo and behold, I met a little black kitten at a gas station that was in rough shape, so I think it was meant to be, I did see 2 cats the other day that probably needed a home, but I'm not gonna just pull over on the side of the road in a place with a bunch of houses and just steal 2 cats. They didn't look rough. Sometimes I think about, so when my gray cat was a kitten, they were found. They were just kittens that were found. And so somebody took them to the Humane Society and my mom fostered them to health, and that's how I got my gray cat. And then Lucy I found, and she was like, I don't know, 4 months maybe. Not a fully grown cat at all. And I often, like, she was rough, right? So it had looked like she got pretty close to a car because on one side of her face, her whiskers, like, had gotten so hot they curled. And then she had a chunk of her fur missing on her hip. And they thought it was like she just got too close to like a fan or of a car or something like that. So, yeah, I often wonder like what happened to Lucy, you know? Like I wonder, part of me is like, oh, what if she was just somebody's cat and then she got out of the fence and then got into a car and then that happened and I picked her up. Or like, what if she was out there for like days and weeks and the reason she was going to the gas station was to pick up food that somebody had thrown away and that's all she was eating. She was so thin. That's why I don't think it was just somebody's cat. It's because she was so thin. And yeah, she was just, oh man. I don't know. Sometimes I try to think of a backstory for her, and I obviously don't know. Or somebody could have dumped her at the gas station. You know, somebody could have gone, I don't need this. Get out of here. I'm going to go to this gas station. It's highly populated. Yeah. And it was July when I found her. So it would have been right before Halloween that I found this black cat. And I don't know if you've heard the horror stories of what people do to black cats during Halloween, but I'd like to think that I saved her. I don't know if that's true or not. But now she's in my apartment, absolutely cuddling and sleeping with my other cat. And they were both about 4 months when I got them. So, Krista, welcome to the stream. What do people do to them on Halloween? Okay, I'm not gonna get like too far into it, but like people, so usually religious folk think that black cats are superstitious, and if they find a black cat, they will not leave with it alive. So they usually kill black cats. However, the kittens, I was literally just talking about them. They are currently sleeping together in a bed. And my mom got me this bed because her cats didn't like it. And my cats had a little tiny bed, which was perfect for them when they were kittens, but they got too big for it. And I told my mom that. My mom was like, oh, I have this cat bed that my cats don't like, and, gave it to me, so, yeah. They were kind of, yeah. I have so many cute pictures. They always do this. So I often sit at this desk for hours on end. And I normally sit here, like after work I'll just sit here and I'll sit here and play video games like after work to decompress. And they will always sit there and they will always cuddle right there. and they're so precious. So I have so many cute pictures of them just sitting there. It's insane how big they got, and I remember when they fit in the palm of your hand. Oh my god, dude. Don't remind me. I still have pictures. It's weird because, like, you know, obviously everybody who has an animal or like a baby is like, I remember you when you were this big, but like now I'm that guy now, you know? Like, I was in here the other day, I was streaming the other day, and somebody came in, and they're like, oh, you have cats? And I was like, yeah, I have 2 kittens, and I picked them up and showed the camera like this, holding them like this, like one cat like this. And then I put my cats down, and they were like, oh, where are the kittens? And I was like, damn, I guess if I was like holding them with 2 hands, like holding one cat with 2 hands, like, yeah, they probably don't look like kittens to anybody else, but they're still kittens in my heart, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but they're so nice. I've been dreading on making a call for like months to get Lucy spayed. I need to get her spayed. But like I've been so scared to make a phone call, you know? And I finally did it today, and I scheduled an appointment to get her spayed. So that'll be very, very helpful. So, yeah. It's also, I don't know if it's just cheaper where I live. But normally when you get a cat spayed, it's like, I don't know, like $300, $400 or something like that. And taking prices to get groomed. Mostly when you get a cat spayed, I thought it was like $300 or $400. They were like, it's $150. I was like, what? Crazy. So, I don't know, maybe my place is just cheap, or maybe, like, I mean, they're more locally owned, so they have less overhead than every other place. So, but I don't know if that's just, they have good rates. I drive quite a ways to go to the vet for these cats, because the vet that my parents use, and they're really good. Cats are usually cheaper than dogs. I knew that. I don't know how expensive it is to get a dog spayed, because that's a lie. Most of our dogs have been female. But I don't remember. It's been, I don't know, like 7 years since we got a dog spayed. I have no idea. I literally just brain, not even a guess, you know? I was talking to my friend who has little like world knowledge, especially when it comes to animals, and she thought it was so unfair that I can't remember how much Presley's cost. Yeah, I never remember that number either. Because I'd want to stay in my head as little as possible. I'd be like, I don't want to think about spending this much money for months, you know? But my friend thought it was so unfair that it's more expensive to get a female dog and a male dog, like, you know, to not have babies. And I was like, I mean, it sounded like I thought she was going to be like, that's sexist, you know? But like in reality, it's a surgery for female dogs, and it's not like, I mean, it's really not hard to have a male dog not have kids, you know? I feel like it's the same for people though. What do you mean? It's the same cost to not have kids? I don't know exactly what you mean though. But I mean, yeah, like if it was, I don't know. There's like 7 avenues that I want to start a conversation in, and then I was like trying to predict which one you would say, and I just have no idea. So I'm not gonna say all of them. Cause I'm weird. But I mean, if we're talking about like having men and women not to have children. I don't know what the procedures are for men. Okay. I know you'll agree with me on this point. They should cost the same because they should cost nothing. And I think it's not weird to say that. It's not weird to say that because they should cost nothing specifically for insurance, you know? But also, I know that white men is vasectomies, like almost every time. I don't know another procedure for men. I literally just don't. But women, I think there are like 4 or 5 different procedures. And I don't know which ones are which and which ones do what things, and I have no idea. Healthcare should be free. Yeah, absolutely. Bar none. We pay taxes. Healthcare should be free. Bar none. But I have no idea what the different procedures are. Because I know my mom, when my mom wanted to stop having kids, she got like an incredibly rare one that like had just come up and like it only been around for like 5 years. And then right after she got the surgery or whatever, like it dropped off and it's no longer a procedure that's ever done ever. Like, and like people talk about it like it's some like horrible procedure and like it has to do with some of my mom's health issues recently or because of the procedure that she had that wasn't very good, which sucks a lot. But yeah, 2 main ones I know are getting tubes tied. I've heard of that one, and getting ovaries removed. That one also makes sense. Are the 2 main ones. I think my mom had an implant. I don't know for sure, but I think it was some implant that was supposed to stop something. I don't think it was either of those. Yeah, I could be completely wrong, and I could just be misremembering everything, but I'm pretty sure it was only around for like 7 years. As a procedure that you could get done, and like it ended like almost right after my mom got it. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. Very weird, and it would have been in the early 2000s. It would have been, 2002, 2003. So we've come 20 years of technology, But essentially, what it was supposed to be was it was supposed to be like semi-permanent implant birth control is what I think it is. So it was like, I think it was like kind of the implant that people get in their arm for birth control, but it was like put inside of her forever to like never, yeah. I might be completely wrong because I am talking about this as one, the son of the person that this happened to. I've never heard of it before other than my mom. Thirdly, I'm a guy, so I don't know how it works. Fourthly, I heard about it one time, and I got grossed out. It was very sketchy, apparently. That's one of the things that my mom says, was it was very sketchy. But also, like, it was cheap. Like, it was one of the cheaper things that she could do, And when she had to do it, she had to get like a letter, like a handwritten letter from my dad that said it was okay, and then she had to get she had to bring him to the appointment so he could okay it, and they checked his driver's license and everything to make sure that he was okay with it, which is so messed up, and it hurts my brain. To think that obviously I would have been born at that point, right? Like, obviously I would have been born at that point. So in my lifetime, that stuff was happening? That's crazy. That boggles my mind. You want to hear another crazy, like, sexism story from my mom? This is crazy. Another crazy one from my mom. Yeah, it still happens. It still happened. Dude, I'm a, you know. So one of my crazy sexism stories from my mom was she was working at Chevrolet, so GM. She was working in Detroit. She was working on owner's manuals, and she was like the head honcho, writing owner's manuals on Chevy's semi-truck line that they had in the 90s. And so she was like head honcho of this, and anything that happened in there went through her. Now my mom in the 2000s would have been a very, very thin, very, very small woman. Like very dainty, very pretty, you know. That would have been my mom. So video was just starting to be like a thing that they could record video and give it to people who worked on these semi-trucks. Well, they asked her, you know, they were like, hey, we're doing this thing, you know the most, get in here, you're going to be the video person, and you're going to show all this stuff. Well, in the middle of her explaining all this stuff on the semi-truck, somebody from corporate came over and goes, what is she doing? And they were like, well, she's explaining all this stuff. And they were like, get her out of here. Nobody who's working on semi-trucks is going to think we're just pandering to people with this woman who obviously wouldn't know anything about semi-trucks. Get this woman out of here. And then they got a guy, a bigger dude with a beard, to get in there, and she had to explain everything to him. So you took the best person for the job, took them out, and put in a more stereotypical character. And then had her train him. Like what? Like what? Yeah. I'm gonna go have to dip. No worries, no worries. I'm gonna tell another story though about my mom. My break is over. No worries. Have a good day at work. You should get off mildly early today, I think. If your break is over. So my mom always has concert tickets to one of the local theaters, and she always has concert tickets to one of the local theaters, and I hope my boyfriend didn't just text me, did. My boyfriend, my mom always has tickets to shows. She gets free tickets to shows because she's one of the like holders of tickets or whatever. And she asked me if I wanted to go to a show with her. She had 3 tickets to a show called 9 to 5. You might be familiar with 9 to 5. And it was my mom, her friend, and then me were gonna go. And I was like, hey, can my boyfriend go? I'll buy another ticket, like whatever, no worries. And my mom was like, absolutely. And then we got there, and you know, we couldn't sit together, so we moved around some tickets. And then me and my boyfriend sat at one end, and then my mom and her friend sat at another end. And so, yeah, and then we watched the show, and it's Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. And it is literally just about what Dolly Parton worked with in the when she worked in like a corporate desk job, and all the sexism that was there. Like, this guy would tell her to climb a ladder, and he would like look under her skirt or whatever, and it was just so mind-bogglingly sexist. It blew my mind. And I was like, women have to, like, being raised by my mom, who's a therapist and is very, very, like, you know, progressive, you know, obviously in the sense of, like, you know, rights and things like that. being raised by her, I knew a lot of these things. Like, I knew some of them. But to watch this show and them say it as real as they did, it was so weird. Like, dude, if somebody did that in front of me, I'd literally fight them. Like, if you're doing that, ooh, I'm throwing hands. And it was crazy because we'd watched that show, and some of it was like so over the top, and I was like, I wonder if this is exaggerated. Like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, this is exaggerated, but like, I wonder how exaggerated it is. And I came here with two women that are older women at this point, right? So my mom is almost 60, and then her friend is what, 65, maybe 70, something there. And like, you know, I was wondering what this was like. So we got to talk to them afterwards, obviously. And my mom was like, yeah, these are definitely like our experiences. And the lady that was older was like, yeah, like, not only is this real, but it was worse than what it is. Like, it was worse for them to experience it than the show that was portraying it as insane. Not portraying it as insane, portraying it as real, but, you know, me sitting here in 2024, I'm thinking, those people can't exist. Those people need to be wiped off. Like, if you're staring up women's skirts, like, you should be wiped off the face of the earth. Period. Like, just, you know, like, as a general rule. So, like, God, it was so crazy. And that was when my mom told me the story about her working at GM and all that stuff, and her friend told me stories because her friend was a teacher. And, like, that's where a lot of it happened. Oh, it was crazy. Oh, it was crazy. It got my blood going. It got my you know? Okay. So I have 30 minutes. I'm gonna get 4 more encounters here. I'm gonna get 4 more encounters here. I'm gonna get, I don't know, 2 more encounters here. Okay. I'm going to... So, 4 more encounters here. Now it's 3 more encounters here. 1 more encounter here. And then I'm just going to go until I get some eggs. And then I'll just pause that. And then this one I'm going to keep cycling through my heals and stuff. Yeah. I enjoyed this stream. It was shorter. I wish it was longer. I wish I could keep going for longer. Okay, so I'm done with this one. I have 1 more encounter here. Power off. And then last encounter here for the stream. The DS is powered off. Last encounter there. Nice. And then I'm going to be getting some eggs. And then since this sandwich isn't over, I'm going to press the home button so that I can keep the sandwich alive. Because if you press the home button, the sandwich still keeps going. Or the sandwich doesn't keep going, it pauses. I always do this to reset. I go back into Flower Paradise, there's a Shaymin, and then I save the game. I always do that. Okay, I'm going to shut my stream down. I'm going to shut this game down. Make sure this landed on my screen isn't shiny. Oh, okay. So I'm going to shut down the stream. I'm going to shut down my computer. I'm going to go to lunch, have a good time, eat some soup, and then... yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do everything YouTubers tell you to do. And we will see you guys next time.